Hello, everybody, again, and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk, or investment talk, or whatever you want to call it, because people are frustrated with the market. Because all I could say is hold the line, and we're going to try to talk about some companies you could get interested in. You could go look at some cryptos. You might have to talk about some more cryptos too, and probably check out Birch Gold and see what kind of gold IRAs they have. No, they didn't talk to me to tell me to talk about that, but Birch Gold has some decent physical gold, and they also have the gold IRAs and things like that. So check that out if you're interested. I got my smoothie with me here. I made that. I got some cherries, Jamba Juice cherries that I mixed up. Man, they're freaking good, man. They're biting hard tonight, man. So, how you been doing?
Just watching the news and wondering as far as what the heck the idiots are thinking as far as tactics-wise. Apparently, neither of them have really good tactics in my mind.
Guys, we're I don't know if you've seen anything I mean, I know you didn't want to torture yourself and watch the State of Disunion. I just saw President Q Card basically say that Putin may circle Kiev with tanks, but he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people. And I saw Vice President Harris's face, and dude, she just freaking gave him a weird look when she said that. She was shocked. You guys don't believe me? I'll play the clip.
To our fellow Ukrainian Americans who forged a deep bond that connects our two nations, we stand with you. We stand with you. Putin may circle Kyiv with tanks, but he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people. he'll never extinguish the love of freedom.
Mr. Dementia there needs to go to the home, I'm afraid.
Dude, this is a freaking joke, man. Can you please turn off send in the clowns? Can we have the clowns come in at all? Is this reality?
That'll be enough to bring us from the brink of this.
No.
Face palm. Everyone in that Congress should have just done face palm all at the same time so that Biden would know what the people think of him.
We're all in serious danger, and this is a freaking joke, man. Like, some of you guys are going to hate me for what I'm saying, but I would rather have Harris speaking to me right now just because she actually is all with it in her head. I mean, some of you might not think that, but I'm just saying that because at least she's competent to actually talk. Okay, I just want, as far as I'm concerned, the presidency's a puppet anyway, but like at least she'll talk and you would actually get what she's trying to say and not say our hearts and souls are with the Iranian people. Give me a freaking break. And you can troll me in the comment section. I'm not a cooler carrier for Harris, but I'm just saying at least she can talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he just did so many things wrong. He addressed the wrong people as far as Iranian and Ukrainian. Mm-hmm. Ukrainian people are very different from the Iranian people. Iranian people do not like America. They would have us all burn in hell or something.
And the thing that people that these politicians don't understand, people are getting pissed off that they're losing their money in the market. And I said this a year ago, Kage. I said about the 401ks and everything, the chickens are going to come home to roost when the investments start to get hit. People are going to get pissed. And he could solve this issue right now if he just starts drilling for oil here and cut this other madman imbecile off, because he's hitting civilians, and it's disgusting what's happening over in Ukraine. And that's the thing, is that the oligarchs are still getting paid, and so is Putin, and so he's still funding his war machine. And then you have Pakistan, which we gave a bunch of money to today, or we'd get over throughout the years, and they're trading grain, and so is China trading with them. So something's got to happen here, and we got to have some more tougher talk, because people are getting killed over there, and it's civilians, and it's not good. It's really frustrating. So, but we're talking about this because, like we said before, some of you didn't want to talk about some of the political stuff, but it affects the stock market, and it's affecting the stocks. So, looking at some of the stocks we're covering, I'm going to put the crack top down for a second here. We got the first stock is Rig. Now, Rig has been mentioned because, well, energy is being popular and they have to do with energy, so you're going to see a lot of that. It's one of the top trending stocks right now. Kage, it is on a promotion list right now. Currently, rig is Transocean LTD. Last tick was $3.62. As you can see the chart, because it's an energy stock, it's decent. Going into what would you say they do here on Market Watch, they're a provision of offshore contract drilling services for oil, gas, and wells. It owns and operates offshore drilling and deep water and mid-water rigs. The company was founded in 1953 and is headquartered in Switzerland. So going on to stock twits, because that's where the real traders are at, Kage, what do you got on the twits about this?
I'm seeing some bears, and I'm also seeing some bulls with this stock.
Okay.
This is a take from Tickeron. He says this is actually a positive one. He always brings his receipts, and that's why I like to cover his comments. He says, oh, wow, this is big. Rig. In downtrend, stochastic indicator says it oversold for 4 days. And he's got his chart saying the chart is looking up for this stock.
What else do you have there on the twits?
How about this one from James Hallett? He says, rig, bullish. This has so much upwards potential. This setup is beautiful, and I'm going to add to my position.
Yeah, with this, they're ultra deep water, harsh environment floaters. Whenever the job demands, we're ready to respond and deliver with the right assets everywhere in the world. Where they operate: North America, South America, Norway, UK, the Black Sea, Middle East. Now, the Black Sea operation, that's going to be a little iffy there. There's gonna be some. I'm seeing some bad things coming out of there. But what I am seeing is, I'm going to tell you guys, if it's not just this stock, look at some of your other energy stocks as far as your oil ones, and try to find ones that are real, that are producing and things like that. Because you're going to see oil go to $150 a barrel easily. It topped over 100, and we discussed this last year. People thought I was joking around. They thought it was a blip in the system. I told you once you turn the spigots off and everything, that this kind of crap was going to happen. And we also predicted last time that this madman was going to be on the move because he senses weakness. Just like Xi senses weakness too. They are going to be on the move. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but my prayers go out to Taiwan too, because they're probably next on the list there, because Xi's licking his chops. What do you got?
Yeah, I think other countries are looking at the opportunity presented by them to gain more prestige or land or wealth or what have you with the developments, and it's just too tempting a target for them to refuse, basically. And my heart goes out to those people in occupied territory, or soon to be on the chopping block, basically.
And the thing is too, guys, is that if that attack goes down in Taiwan, that semiconductor plant, it's gonna be a wrecking ball to this economy. You will see things that you have never seen before. And like I said before, Kage, I talked about this last summer and last winter. It'll make 2007 and 2008 look like a freaking picnic. And it's bad, okay? I'm just going to say it's going to be bad. Let's hope and pray that it's not going to be, and that, calmer heads will prevail, but it's not good right now. So the fleet they have is the Transoceanic, evaluating sophistication, marketability of rigs, and to maintain the position of the industry-leading fleet. You can help find the ideal rig for your project, regardless of the geography and environmental and the water depth. They have the ultra deep water. That is 80% of the Transoceanic 27 ultra deep water rigs that are 10 years old. There are 9 delivered within the last 5 years, and the deep water fleet represents the most diverse rigs in the world, with some of the newest rigs featuring the patented high-powered hybrid technology. The maximum water depth is about 7,500 to 12,000 feet, so that's freaking huge right there. Maximum drilling depth ranges from 30,000 to 40,000 feet. Now, the only thing that I think that could affect one of the operations there that could send the shock is the Black Sea there, depending on their relationship with Russia. Now, Switzerland, Russia, probably not a good combination right now due to NATO and things like that. So the Black Sea operation, not to put any scares or anything, that's one concern I have. What about you?
basically, the Black Sea is one of the avenues that Russia does want to take, but to take it, he would have to go control Odessa in Ukraine and then move his troops through and secure Istanbul.
Yeah, well, you also
basically
have
the connector for the east and the west, and allow ships to go through, or
if you followed
there at port.
And if you followed us on Twitter, you did see the Daily Mail post of the president of Belarus, the dictator, basically, and he had like a plan, and people were speculating. It was speculating on that plan that there was going to be an invasion of Moldova. Now that's speculation right now on the table, but that whole region is a freaking powder keg waiting to erupt. I mean, the powder keg's already gone off. It's just building more.
It just depends on how many kegs are gonna fall.
That's where we're at now. So if you haven't followed us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at Stock Talk. You can find our restricted stuff on Gab, and on if you want to see some stuff that's banned on the regulars, you can go to our Getter account, and you can also go to the Gab account, and you can check that out. The maximum drilling depth ranges from 30,000 to 40,000 feet, 26 dual capabilities, and 26 dynamic positioning. They also have the harsh environment. The harsh environment has these two rigs feature dual fully capability, 5 rigs equipped with shallow depths for 2 deep water and 3 ultra deep waters. They can go 3,700 to 7,500 metric tons. What else do you got there on the Twitch? Just start reading through all the comments. Bulls, bears, everything on this one.
Okay, how about this one from Bull? This is from NWSETN13. He says, rig, bullish. No American drilling shale is stymied. Price of oil. If oil haters are shorting this for hated reasons, it wouldn't surprise me. Climate advocates are too keen on OSD. That said, expect new contracts which will begin at these prices. Yeah, and you could see some new. I believe that this is hitting where it is because of the climate right now. Maybe there's something in the works. I don't know. Maybe there's some backdoor negotiations of, hey, let's get this thing going so we could put a squeeze on this imbecile because he's freaking targeting civilians, and he hit the Holocaust Museum, man. How sick is that? Wow. Talk about irony.
He hit their TV station, and that killed people right there. And I mean, he's just going through, and it's just he's got to be cut off. And it's just they got to quit. The situation there is to stop giving him money, you know. Okay, Kage, so there's not too much news yet, but that's not saying it is being promoted, so simply watch out for that because it'll be Friday again, and then you never know what's going to happen on Friday. What else do you got there on the twits there?
How about this comment from PZ58587? He says, bullish, rig, $100 plus oil, and still nowhere close to even $4. Someone with millions to invest should torch these shorts.
Yeah, you're always going to get the shorts because all the promotions have gone out on this. That's why you have this going on right now. What else do you have?
How about this one from Olive Interest? He said, invest with an outcome based on the rig. Make up to 62%, 48.1% annualized, and start to lose only if rig drops by more than 25.4% through June 19th, 2023. Buy two calls for $3, sell two for $4.50, and sell at 2.5 puts.
Well, it's gonna be interesting.
So that's his strategy for this stock.
It's gonna be interesting to see where they fall, just because I see them doubling down because of the squad and everything like that. I don't see them changing pace now, but who's to say that the pressures, the people pressure for something to happen. So don't rule that out, especially with midterms coming, which are looking pretty bad right now because their turnout's pretty bad too. But we'll see. So Data 5, I don't think you read that one. That says rig oil hitting 110. This is trading at the same price it was when oil fell to 60. Makes no sense. Well, did you find anything deeper? Because I got no news deeper of why this is still at the same price. Because he is right. It should be this should be higher, don't you think?
Yeah, I think this would be a better take if it was accurate.
Yeah.
I don't think they're giving this stock a fair shake, but I think it is bullish, and it is probably a decent take.
Okay.
For stocks, so I would give this a watch.
So did you see the Newman 913? He says it's March 1st, and it looks like come August it's going to be ugly. Well, things turn around on August on that, just for where things are at, because selling SPR now is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. What happens when Russia decides to cut flows off and you dump your reserves? Laugh out loud. He does have a point. So did you see anything? Did you see anything like that or no?
Not really. How about this one from Russ Jackson? He says, "Rig, people get ready. There's a train a coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord."
Yeah, as long as the squad is doubling down and controlling the outhouse, as far as the green energy plan, these stocks are just gonna go up until policy changes and things like that. And we also need to wait and see on the financials on this and everything else. We need to see more information. So I'm just gonna say watch. I'm not going to say jump right in. Obviously, Friday you'll probably see the dive off because the promotion lists are just going wild with it because all the charts are popping off. So I'm just going to say to watch and then see where you're at. You know, some people could fall into that trap of getting in and then they're going to get torched or whatever because of, who knows what could happen here. But I'd say give it a watch. What about you?
I say that give this a good watch. Don't go all in on this one if that's your game plan to get rich. I mean, don't go all in at least without a backup plan, of course.
Yeah, there's no news about it. The concern is that it's on a promotion list. That's the concern.
Yeah, of course.
Every shorter from here all the way around the world is on this thing like a fly on crap. So you just gotta. That's the problem where I see this because it showed up on the promotion list. So. I'm out on this one. I'm going to the next one. Roman J has Strikeforce, which is related to what we were talking about before, and we'll go to that one next. So we'll see you in two. Okay, guys, the next stock we have, this is from Jay Roman. One of our listeners, he brought this out on the Facebook group. SFOR. Last tick was 0.0475. Going to the chart on this one, Kage, if you check this thing out, it had the Q card bounce and then it dived off, but we could have, the Yahoo Finance has got a plug on this for, possibly taking a rebound with what's going on in the world today. Going into what would you say they do here, they operate a software development and service company in the United States and internationally. The company develops and licenses various identification protection software products to protect computer networks, unauthorized access, as well as protect network owners and users from cybersecurity attacks and data breaches. Its cybersecurity products include Protect ID, an authentication platform, authenticate computer network users by various methods, including traditional passwords, combinations, and with telephone, iPhone, Droid, BlackBerry, PDA, and mobile computer devices there. The Guard ID prevents spyware, malware to collect user information. The company's cybersecurity products comprise Mobile Trust, iPhone, iPad, Android, and device password protection. Guys, this is probably one of the. I would say this is definitely. I'm already going to say this straight off the bat, just by looking at this. I mean, I've already covered this before. But this is going to be one to definitely put on your watch list and extreme watch list, just for the fact it is sub below, which is concerning to me, Kage. But if things start ratcheting out of control more, between NATO and as far as the U.S. and with the NATO, U.S. and Russia, you're going to see a cyber attack, and they're going to try to take down the power grid. So, and other things, because as this madman gets desperate, you're going to see things that are going to take place. So whether or not they'll have any relationships, we'll have to see going into it. What do you got there on the twits about this one?
I'm seeing a lot of bulls for this stock. Here's a take from American Greed. He says, SFOR, get ready for another one next week. Stay tuned. SFOR is getting hot. Cybersecurity is like gold now. Everyone wants it and needs it.
Yeah, everybody make sure your devices are all fixed up, and if you have a business and you're listening to this, make sure that you got your firewalls all set and everything, because these guys are gunning for everything. They're crazy over there, and that's the best thing they're good at is cyber warfare. So this company right here, we're gonna have to see more about it and things like that. But there was a plug on Yahoo there. It says Strikeforce Technologies is a cybersecurity company, provides secure video conferencing. Today announced that on the heels of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, it has seen a surge of interest for its safe VChat secure video conferencing and collaboration platform, especially within the healthcare industry. Cybersecurity is more critical than ever for the global unrest fueled by the Russian aggression. Safe VChat meets the needs of security-minded users that have more concerns than ever about privacy, data, accessibility, and the threat of hacks and cyber attacks. We see attacks like the recent Microsoft video conferencing breaches as underscored as ever tightening the clear areas of vulnerability for weak conferencing, explained George Waller, EVP co-founder of Strikeforce Technologies. All allies of Ukraine should be on the highest alert for the surge of retaliatory cyber attacks from Russian intelligence sources. They are not kidding. They're not joking. You have warnings from the FBI and everybody like that there are out there. It is not the boogeyman. These aren't false warnings and things like that. I have heard stories already of hacks and everything like that and compromises. So just even with your devices, if you're listening out there, you need to make sure you're secure and get things secured. A corporate executive security, not some Mr. Thank you very much cheap $1.99 sandwich security. So just to give you a heads up out there, it's not a joke or anything like that. Right now, hackers are seizing on cyber holes within general purpose video conferencing platforms, and they can penetrate defense to reach critical information and create havoc. We're seeing a dramatic increase in adoption of security-first platform of organizations, confidential data, healthcare facilities, and sensitive patient information. No video conferencing system should ever allow a person to log in that wasn't authorized to join. In the last 2 months, 25 new hospitals and clinics have signed up to evaluate Safe VChat. So you're starting to see this, and you know from some of our business dealings, Kage, that you're seeing this gravitation where companies are searching to be secure, because they know of this threat and the warnings have gone out. Yes, the threats are real, and they've tried to put sanctions on their economy, so that's the way they're going to hit. This is instead of throwing bombs back and forth at each other from because they're not doing that currently. Thank the Lord. But so they're going to try to do more cyber stuff. So cyber stuff is coming, and it's currently some of it's being thwarted. But that's what you have to be wary of. Is this? What else do you got there on the twits as far as that?
I'm seeing bulls for this stock mostly.
Mm-hmm.
How about this take from Well-to-Do? He says, SFOR, bullish. The psychological games on this board are proof themselves that this stock is going places.
Mm-hmm.
If it was expected to dwindle back to sub-penny land, you would not see the amount of time spent on this by bashers. Hold your gold.
Yeah, well, that's not that far of a reach at all. You need to move to that because right now, every time you make $1, you're basically making 92 cents, and that's this month. When the next inflation report comes out, you could be in the 80 cents per dollar. That's how bad it's getting. So move to gold, move to crypto, get educated on crypto and things like that because it's not looking good, man. So looks like we got Someone put on the boards, 3 of the dumbest people. I'm not going to repeat it. You must be stupid to believe them, basically is what they said. And he got a picture of them, like, I think that was the picture of when he said stand with the Iranian people instead of the Ukrainian people. I think that's when Harris was like, what the... So, what else do you got?
How about this one from Lion Queen? She says, bullish. SFOR, with everything going on in the world today, this stock is guaranteed to see much more in gains. Between COVID pushing more people into remote work and the Ukraine/Russia skirmish pushing the need for security to the forefront, we got plenty green days ahead.
Yeah. And you know what's funny too? Is that they keep on blaming inflation on Putin, and it's not freaking Putin. It's because of the pissy policies that they should have kept the pipeline, these pipelines going, and should have kept. We were at $40 a barrel, and then this imbecile decides to move and starts to go after people and attack civilians and things like that, and now we got ourselves a hot mess. So the inflation is caused by piss-poor energy policy and piss-poor policies that raise the price. That's the bottom line. And it's only going to get worse. What else do you got?
How about this take from JSlaw178? He says, SFOR, tonight, breaking news. At 9 p.m., your doofus retard president will admit no wrongdoings.
Then that's from the comment board.
To fight inflation is to go back in time and not close economies while spending trillions of American dollars on social spending programs disguised as COVID relief.
You know what?
Stupid fat Americans, you have 2 choices: my way or lose your wages.
Well, that's the thing, is that you, at beginning of last year, you saw on the boards there was a sense of united and things like that. I don't think, and there was some people who are like, yeah, let's just go with this guy. It's back to the Biden-Obama days. And now I see regular people on this board that were not, and I memorize the names and everything like that because we go through everything. Are you seeing that too, where you're seeing regular people that weren't really into politics, now they're posting stuff now because they're pissed because they lost all their dough?
I would say so. I mean, people get mad when they lose their money. That's for sure.
Political winds change when
they lose their money. They've got nothing really left to lose, and the only thing that they can do is riot, basically.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never seen the Twitch board this political, where people are just freaking angry of the inflation and everything going on. So everybody's just posting gold and things like that. But this company, as far as this goes, from what I'm seeing, looks decent so far. What else do you got there in the twits? And I'm going to check out the Google machine and see what we got on the Google machine.
Okay, how about this one? Stop. This is a comment from Kinajwa Kichwa. He says, SFOR, stop doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Let it go. Look at ATXI, because they did not have a stupid person. They let it run, and now everyone is happy. Work smart.
It looks like we also have from Strikeforce Technology 5 days ago, there was an agreement reached with a Brazilian company, it says. Let's see, going through here. There was a deal going on with this Brazilian company. It says Brazil has some of the strongest economies in Latin America due to the fact that the country's citizens are targeted by cyber criminals and hackers for identity theft and online fraud, says Elton Cardoza, CEO of Zentech. The Brazilian marketplace is ready for cybersecurity solutions. So this company is going places. If they're tapping into Latin America, which is a huge market to tap in, this company definitely for me would be on a watch list and to see how it plays out. There is a lot of news, so you're going to see the shorters get in and try to fart around with it and manipulate it and things like that. But it's definitely one to watch to see where it goes, and especially with things getting hot in over with the bear in the east there. I would say this is definitely something to watch. What do you got on it?
I'd say this is a safe watch for people for this company. for where it's at, I say this is actually a really good price to get in at.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Like I said, in Latin America, because that is a huge market to tap into and things like that. So, we talked about this like a week or two ago. It'll probably pop up again, and if things start getting hotter than they already are out east there in Europe, then Europe and Eurasia, we'll just have to see how things go. So we're moving on to the next. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is VUZI. VUZI last tick was $4.80. Going to the chart, well, it looks the same as all the stocks from the beginning of the year. People used to criticize me on the Q card bounce, but now the Q card drop is actually a real thing. Yeah, I call it the bounce down. So, going into what would you say they do here? Let's bring down. This is on Market Watch, courtesy of them. They're a supplier of smart glasses and augmented reality technologies and products for consumer enterprise markets. And products include personal display, wearable computing devices that offers users portable viewing experience, provides solutions for mobility, wearability displays, and augmented reality. The firm holds 179 patents and patents spanning numerous IP licenses to the video eyewear field. Its offices are in Rochester, New York, Oxford, UK, Tokyo, Japan. The company was founded by Paul J. Travers and is headquartered in West Henrietta, People's Republic of New York. So going on to stock twits, Kage, because that's where the real traders are at. What do you got there on the twits?
I'm seeing bulls for this stock, but I also am a little skeptical for no bears that I'm seeing for this one.
Oh, there's no bears at all. Is it just all hype out there, or what?
There's some hype, but honestly, there's some that are actually more
Jamba
realistic.
Juice cherries, man, they're good. Whew.
Like this one from Stock Invest US. He is definitely a member for Stock Twits. He says, bearish today. Vuzix shows sell signal TA for short term. Technical analysis, and he's got his little chart in his comments to prove what he's saying.
Okay, what else you got?
How about this one from
I'm just enjoying some nice cherry juice right there that I got from Jamba Juice, man. Not the actual store. They actually have it in the frozen food section. Man, it's freaking good, man.
I'll need to try it myself one day.
Yeah. So how
about this take from 9 Crazy Fingers for this stock? He says, Vuzix bullish. All in all, nothing changed. The competition got acquired for products that don't exist. Vuzix has products and sold $3 million. While disappointing, this is a long sales cycle. The glasses work and help people and companies. Sales will go up. They're putting $25 million to work. The no sales that didn't happen in 2021 will happen in 2022 or 2023. Microsoft can't deliver the goods on $22 billion contract with the government. We can.
Hey, if they can get a relationship like that, that's sick with it. We'll have to see where that plays out. I got a plug here for this company from the San Francisco Comical, and AP reports that Vuzix Corporation on Tuesday reported a loss of $17 million in the fourth quarter. West Henrietta, New York-based company says that the loss of 27 cents per share. The wearable device maker posted a revenue of $3.3 million in the period. For the year, the company reported a loss of $40.4 million, or 60 cents per share. Revenue was reported at $13.2 million. And that's what they got out of the San Francisco Comical there. What else do you got there from the twits?
How about this one from Road Ahead? He says, Vuzix, bullish. Roadwork Ahead, he says, Vuzix, bullish. Know what makes a bad ER? Unrealistic analyst predictions. Almost seems deliberate manipulation.
Oh, that's out there all the time. Yeah.
Puts looking good. Anyway, if we're going to have a bad ER, it might as well be when the market is crap, and a good one would not have made a difference.
Yeah, you got a bunch of people out there right now too, because they got all in on the pom-pom talk at the beginning of the year. They bought into all the hype. You know, it happened. There was warning signs about it and things like that. But if people are like, should I sell? Should I dump right now? I'm like, dude, hold the line, man. Don't go and freaking go. Don't give them what they want. They want you to panic so they can go grab the cheap stuff. If you can recall, after the 2000, 2007, 2008 crash, people were buying bank stock like crazy, and they made out like bandits. So don't go and hit the panic mode. Just go try. If you can sock more money away, find some gold assets or some crypto or something like that. Go look in those directions. Or go look at some kind of commodities or things like that. Okay, so it looks like, obviously, like everybody else, they were hurt a little bit in 2021 with COVID. Thus far in 2022, they're seeing business across the globe and resembling more of a normal profile. As a result of the well-positioned to achieve significant year-over-year revenue growth in 2022, driven primarily in accelerating smart glasses demand, but there are also several opportunities with their OEM business group, said Mr. Travers. At the same time, they continue to evolve technology and products that further solidify the position to go forward the solution provider of the industry. While they continue to invest in the staff, the core technology infrastructure 2022, they recognize and believe that the market is significantly undervaluing Vuzix disruption technology. The company is focused on AR technologies and the products enterprise broadcast market. The board of directors agrees with the assessment, consequently requested the management investigate $25 million share buyback program in the next 12 months, included Mr. Travers. So this right there is definitely, probably for me so far, a watch there. What do you have there else on the twits, what they're saying?
How about this one from the Artful Dodger, 1974? I think we did a comment of his last time, I think. He's on this one. He says, Boozy, it's sad I actually made an encouraging comment and some of you attacked me.
They do that all the time, though.
People who bought between 10 and 15, as I alluded to. Not tips, not rips.
Is he saying the bag holders attacked him?
I guess so.
Huh.
He also says, I think it's the others who should be worried about. Anyway, GL to some of you who are real investors and not get-rich-quick losers throwing a tantrum.
That's the problem I'm seeing here.
This is still a good stock, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, just because you bought in on the high. I mean, it sucks, dude. But like, I mean, it is what it is, and you got to hold the line now instead of freaking cutting and running. Cutting and running ain't gonna help out at all, and you might as well, because we have to have this correction. And then once we have this correction, I think it could be a while. You know, things are only going to get worse before they get better. Let's just say that, unless something major turns around. But I think that the powers that be are dug in, and it's just unfortunate where we're going. And like I said, you haven't even seen we haven't seen anything with Taiwan yet. We haven't seen anything with Evergrande either. Those are coming up the pike as well. So it's going to be a long, long ride. And like you said, the get-rich-quick thing, yeah, that sucks. It sucks bad. There was no get-rich-quicks ever in this.
Yeah, it's called, what these people are doing, gambling. And it is a gamble, yes, but if you know what you're doing and you're not afraid and you're willing to take the risk and everything and hold long, you eventually make it out a lot better with that 10 to 20%. Yeah,
and then sometimes you just lose everything. Sometimes they just fold. That's the way it is, unfortunately. There's risks in life, and then sometimes, unfortunately, we make mistakes. I got criticized one time for saying it's okay to take your L, because if you take your L, you learn from your mistakes. So apparently people aren't allowed to learn from their mistakes, according to one listener. That was like 3 or 4 months ago or something like that. So we got another
lessons in failure that people need to understand.
Yeah, if you can't admit that you lost on something and you're taking an L on it, or you don't understand what an L means, then you got problems. So going into this other news article about this company from Yahoo, this was on the first as well. It said, Smart Global agreed they had a report there, the fresh perspectives and opportunities and challenges for significant transform post-COVID-19 marketplace. The market presents across the geographies of strong, active native niche trial, online interactive peer-to-peer collaborative. The players covered included was Ether Incorporated, Avegent Corporation, sorry if I butcher it, Daiquiri, Epson America, and there was a long laundry list of companies there. Product types were simple assisted reality glasses, MR holographic displays, smart helmets, application enterprises, United States, Canada, Japan, China. So there's some huge players in there as far as countries wise. Complement project review. This is an ongoing global program. You can preview the research program before going to make purchase decisions. And they had the preview registry there, so you can go check that out. So that was the other plug there. So you're seeing this one popping a lot. With movement with this, obviously, Kage, you're seeing that some people on the boards are a little bit frustrated. But it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you just have to live and learn with it, I guess.
Dude, they're talking about Kramer here. They got stocks with noise has got, will TV CNBC cheerleader save us, or how about go about our gal Kathy? Yeah, we're waiting for Kramer to come out with the pom poms again. It's funny. Kramer is the best punching bag out there because people on Twitter and everywhere cannot stand him. You got? Did you see Joe Biden's on the boards tonight?
Yeah, I have seen him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind having a picture of him as a punching bag and whatnot.
Well, this is the fake one. So he's got his mask on and his sunglasses. I think he's eating ice cream. He's the fake one. He says, what do you expect? These are sunglasses that are cheap technology. And he put bearish on there. Now, I didn't say that. That was the fake guy on here. He says he's the one that called it cheap sunglasses. I'm just reading the bear take. So I did find a bear, my friend. So
you have to scroll down a bit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looks like, so what are you on this? Are you a watch or what?
I'd say this is a watch.
There's too many.
I would be a little hesitant to get in like right now, but if you are willing to buy in and everything, this is a cheap price to get it at.
Yeah, there's
but buyers beware. This is being promoted.
Yeah, and it looks like you are seeing on the boards there that there's promotionals out there everywhere for this too. This one guy says this is promoted so hard I'm busting out laughing. He's writing. I think that's Big Kahuna 82. I think. So I'm pretty much out on these. We covered these three. Tomorrow we'll have Noodles with us. We'll have, hopefully Hog will be on there, and Noodles will give us an update what's going on in the People's Republic of New York. So, but you gonna be over and out or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke bomb myself out this time. Good night.
Don't make it a dog show, and good night now.